Hi, and welcome back to Stone Age Success. Let me ask you a question. What if the thing you dislike most about yourself isn't the reason you're stuck? What if the reason you haven't broken through yet is what you dislike most about yourself? Most people spend their lives trying to fix their weaknesses. The most successful people do something very different. They don't overcome their limitations, they learn how to use them. And once you understand this, you'll never see your flaws the same way again. Now, this isn't motivation and it's not positive thinking. This is about how your mind processes struggle and how certain people turn the very things that slow them down into unfair advantages. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to look at your limitations in your life and see how they can actually work for you. Let's take a look at hack number 1, which is reframing your limitations. Every limitation has a hidden strength inside of it, but your brain has been trained to ignore it. Think about the one thing you wish you could change about yourself, the thing you apologize for all the time or try to hide. That's not random. That's usually where your leverage lives. Take overthinking, for instance. Most people are told it's a flaw. Oh, you think too much, or you hesitate. But overthinkers see patterns. They anticipate problems. And they make fewer catastrophic mistakes. The problem isn't overthinking. It's not knowing how to aim it. When you stop fighting it and start using it deliberately, it could become a strategy. And this is the part where most people get it backwards. And that's hack number 2, which is the contrast in your life. Your limitations create contrast, and contrast is power. Think about being introverted. In a world of noise, the quiet person stands out, not by talking more, but by listening better. When you speak less, people lean in when you do speak. Your limitation becomes your signature, not something to hide, something people remember. This is how differentiation actually works, not by copying others, but by leaning into what makes you different. Hack number 3, adversarial growth. Here's something that most people never realize. Struggle rewires your brain. When life forces you to adapt, you build skills that others never develop. If learning came easily to you, you might never learn how to learn. But if it didn't, you build creativity, you build workarounds, you build different pattern recognition, and those skills matter far more outside of controlled environments. Your limitation didn't weaken you, it trained and strengthened you. And now we're going to get to the uncomfortable part. Hack number 4, the intentional struggle. Most people avoid situations that expose their weaknesses. That's a mistake. Growth happens when you choose your struggle. Let's take anxiety, for instance. At its core, anxiety is heightened awareness, preparation, attention to risk. When paired with intention, anxiety now becomes readiness. People who feel pressure deeply often perform exceptionally well when they stop running from it. They've already imagined the worst and are prepared for it. Now we're going to look at hack number 5, which is the neuroflexibility shift. Your brain adapts to how you interpret challenges. If you frame limitations as threats, you become defensive. If you frame them as tools, your mind will start searching for opportunities. This isn't theory, it's training. You have to train your brain to think differently. People who struggle with focus, for example, often see connections others miss. Their attention isn't broken, it's just wide angled. They have to use it to help focus themselves. And that perspective creates insight, allowing you to use your limitations to become a power. Hack number 6 is using your leverage through service. The final shift is when everything comes together. This is when you've transformed your own limitations and become uniquely qualified to help others in the same way. Not from theory, but from experience. You know, everybody's, learned how to do something, perhaps it was math, and then you might not have been good at it, but you're able to teach somebody else and help them learn in a different way. That's what we're talking about here. People don't want perfection. They want someone who understands. And this is how weakness becomes an authority. Right now, ask yourself these 3 things. What perspective has this limitation given me? What skills did I develop because of that limitation? And how could this help someone else? Your limitations aren't flaws. They're raw material. And the people who build extraordinary lives aren't the ones who struggle. They're the ones who learned how to use it. Now, if this way of thinking resonates with you, you're not alone. I've set up this channel for people rebuilding clarity, confidence, and direction without hype. And if you're ready to go deeper, I'm building a private space for people doing this work intentionally. You just need to click the link to get the Stone Age Success Quick Start, and I'll send you the information about the community. Take care. Stop fighting who you are.